Hello, everybody. I hope that you are okay, that you enjoy your vacations, that you are recharged for this semester. I'm so happy to be with you again during this semester. We are going to uh, be in Lengua, Inglés Aprendizaje y Uso. And I am really sorry that today I'm not going to be able to be with you at university because of medical issues. I had a medical leave because I am going to have a, a surgery. Okay, so I don't know how serious it would be. So I hope that for next week I will be with you. Okay, so I am going to send you this class is for today's class, and I will be sending you uh, the recording, see, for next class during this week, okay, because I'm not going to be able to go to university this week, okay. I'm really sorry, but it's something that it's out of my hands. All right, so we'll try to to cover uh, to cover the topics so we don't waste time and we can study the topics that we have to study this week according to the syllabus, okay? And don't forget that all our communication is going to be through the institutional email, okay? Whatever you need, if you have a question, just let me know, send me an email, and I'll answer as soon as I can. Also, I really recommend you that you check your institutional email because that's our communication, okay? So, and not just for me but for the other subjects and for university, you have to check your institutional email, okay? So I am going to present how we are going to work this semester and this in this subject. It's gonna be similar uh, how we worked last semester, okay? I think it's basically the same. So during the first term, the 55%, we're going to have the oral and the written exam. You know that uh, you have the exam and then you have 10 points for the oral exam, and then um, everything is taken into account to get the total grade, okay? We are going to have Pearson. Okay, so you don't need to buy a pin, you don't need to buy anything. You just have to wait until the moment that I say that we can start working with Pearson. Okay, when everything is set up for the university. Okay, something that is really important, guys. See, with Pearson is my the recommendation that I always give. Uh, there is work on the dates that we have to work, okay? We are going to work in the same way from Sunday to Sunday, so you're gonna have 1 week to do your assignments, okay? To complete the exercises in Pearson. uh, Pearson never has problems, guys. Never has problems. uh, you know that last semester some of you had some issues with this, that you said that Pearson didn't record what you did, but I think something happened, something wrong that you did, okay? So careful. So first of all, with the dates, okay? And second, with the way that you are working with, okay? So because there are no excuses and there is no reassigning, okay? There is no reassigning, no hay resignaciones, okay? The quizzes, we are going to continue with the verb quizzes, okay? With the verb quizzes, that those verbs are really important, you know. If you know verbs, you can have more vocabulary to build sentences. Um, So you know that we have a list, and we started from the beginning. So in this semester, we are going to start with the verbs from the end, okay? From the end of the list, okay? So the last verbs. So we are going to start with the 5 last verbs, okay? With the 5 last verbs, all right? So in the same way, we're going to do present, past participle, and Spanish. And you need to practice the pronunciation, see, so you can identify them when I tell you the verbs in the quiz, okay? So I guess if everything goes okay, I think we will have our first quiz next week. Okay, next week. I let you know. I let you know. Okay. So how everything goes, but that's the idea. Okay, that Um, we start studying the verbs from the last verb. Okay, the last verb. Well, quizzes. In quizzes we also have the exercises that we have in Virtual Unisage. Okay, all the exercises that we have in Virtual Unisage are in this percentage. Okay, this is also something uh, that never happens. Virtual Unisage registers everything. Okay, and it doesn't have mistakes. Nunca se equivoca. Okay, so en el registro de que, ay, si entré, no entré. So it's important that you pay attention to the dates, las fechas, ¿sí? To the dates that you have to complete the exercises, all right? In classwork, we are going to continue working with the links that I always send you. We will continue. I will send you the links on Saturdays, and you will have all the week until Sunday to work on those links, okay? Guys, those, as I always tell you, those links are very important because with these links you practice what we have done during the class. Okay, so if you copy to your partner or if you ask somebody else to do them, see, so it's it's not okay for your learning process. It's because of you. If you want to improve, you have to work on those links. Okay, so it's just it's up to you. If you want to learn, work on all of those things that I am mentioning. If you don't, well, don't do it. Okay. Well, and basically that's the second term. See, those are the percentages for the second term. But the difference is that over here we have the project. Okay, so we're going to work in the same way. The written part, which we're going to work in the classroom. Okay, you are going to write your project in the classroom, and I am going to correct this and I will give you the suggestions so you can present it on the third term, which is the oral part. Okay, so I am going to tell you what this is about later. Okay, on the third term is the same. Okay, but something which is different is that on the third term, for the final exam, we are going to do a mock test based on CAT. CAT is an international exam which measures language proficiency, and when if you present this exam, you are supposed to be in A2 level, okay, in A2 level. So the idea of the university is to check, see, is to check and to be prepared for those kind of exams. All right. So during the whole semester, I will be sending you links in to practice, so you are familiar with the exam and you know how the exam works. Okay. So the exam of the third term is gonna be a little bit different, okay? There are a lot of mock tests, see, simulacros that you can practice on the internet. So you are familiar with this test, okay? So it's gonna be all the part, even speaking, okay? Even speaking. So this is basically how we are going to work this semester, okay? If you have any questions in next class, when we are face to face, you can let me know, okay? So if we are going to continue reading, and this is gonna be part of the quizzes, okay? We're going to continue reading, and in this semester, we are going to read Shakespeare, okay? Shakespeare. As we worked last semester, the idea of this reading is not just, okay, ¿de qué se trata? ¿De qué se trata? No, the idea is that you study very carefully everything that you read. So it's not only to understand what it is about, but also it's important that you pay attention to the grammatical structures, that you study the vocabulary, okay, because that's gonna be assessed in your quiz. All right, so we are gonna have 4 quizzes, see, 4 Shakespeare's quizzes, and we are going to do 2 quizzes in the second term and the other 2 quizzes in the third term. Okay, so this is like the division of how we are going to work. In the quiz number 1, we're going to evaluate the introduction, chapters 1, 2, and 3. And in the quiz number 2, chapters 4, 5, and 6. On the third term, tercer corte, quiz 3, chapters 7, 8, and 9, and quiz 4, chapters 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I will send you the text. So if you want to start reading, okay, and the idea is that you take advantage, okay? They take advantage of this material, so you can improve your reading, your vocabulary skills, okay? So that's, and all the quizzes is gonna be part of the quizzes. See, when we have Shakespeare quiz, we won't have a verb quiz, okay? The project, see, we are gonna have one part. The idea is to present an infomercial. Okay, I will explain when the moment in the moment that you have to present it. The first part is the written part. See, that is gonna be the second term. You are going to write this in the classroom too. Okay, and as I told you, I will correct it, and then you will have to present it on the third term, the oral part. Okay, so that's basically what we are going to do. Okay, be careful with the attendance, la asistencia, with the attendance. Okay, you know that if you don't attend classes, you can fail. Okay, so it's important that you attend, that you participate, that you speak as much as you can, that you focus. If you have mistakes, I don't care. See, because I am in the classroom to help you, to correct you, so not to judge you. Okay, so the idea, guys, is that you participate as much as you can. Okay, speak as much as you can. All right, we are going to forget about our cell phones, okay, and we are going to focus on the class. Okay, so as I told you, if you have any question, let me know next class. Okay, well, so today, as I told you, we're going to start with the first topic that we have in our syllabus. Okay, so the idea is that I am going to present, I am going to explain, and then you will have to do some homework. All right. Well, this is the first topic that we are going to study today. okay? It is past simple and past continuous. You you have already studied past simple, okay? And so today I am going to check and we're going to review so you remember, okay? Past simple, and we are going to contrast it with past continuous. So attention to the explanation because then you will have to do some exercises to practice those tenses, okay? So past simple, okay? You use past simple when you want to talk about finished actions, okay? When you want to talk about a series of events in the past, okay? The actions are completed, finished in the past, all right? And it has a specific time in the past, during the past, okay? So you know that in English we have regular verbs and irregular verbs, all right? So the regular verbs are very easy because you just add ed, right? But you have to pay attention to the pronunciation, okay? You know that there are three rules of pronunciation. And the irregular verbs, they are the ones that you have to memorize, that you have to know by heart, okay? Well, here we have some examples of affirmative sentences in past tenses. See, in an affirmative sentence, you just have to use the verb in past. Okay, like I lived in New York. He met us at the station. He shut the window, switched off the light, and went up the stairs. Past continuous. We use past continuous when we want to talk about an action in progress in the past. That is one of the uses. Okay, as progressive action in the past. And also you can use past continuous when we talk about two simultaneous actions in the past. When two things happened at the same time. Okay? Over here we have a sentence, an example. I was writing a letter to my friend from 5 to 6 on Sunday. Estaba escribiendo. Okay? They were playing football at 5 yesterday. Over here we have two simultaneous actions. Mother was cooking dinner while, okay? This is a common word that we use in past continuous, okay? Which is while mientras, okay? While mientras. So mother was cooking dinner while I was doing my English homework, okay? Two simultaneous actions. Okay, so that is past simple and past continuous. I lived in New York 2 years. Okay, so they are two actions. Okay, that's an action in the past. Okay, now I live in London. So that's something that finished. Okay, that's something that finished, and it's not real anymore. Okay. See, so finish action, a series of actions in the past. Okay. Well, so he shut up the window, past action. He switched off the light and went downstairs. Okay, so those are series of actions in the past. Okay, series of actions in the past. All right, and as you can see, they are affirmative sentences. So in affirmative sentences, you use the verb in past. Past continuous. Mom was cooking while I was doing my homework. Okay, so they are simultaneous actions. So you use past continuous. Okay, mom was cooking while I was doing my homework. Okay, two simultaneous actions in the past. Okay, two simultaneous actions in the Also, guys, you can use past simple and past continuous in one sentence, okay? And that's really common. You use them together when an action that was in process, see, that action that was in process is in past continuous. And then something interrupted, see, so that is the one that you use past simple, okay? The one that you use is past simple. Look at this example. Past continuous. I was cycling in the evening. Okay? When suddenly, de repente, suddenly, a man stepped on my way. Okay? So, the man interrupted the action of cycling. See? So, the action that interrupts is in past simple. Okay? It's in past simple. All right? So, another example. When you called me, I was cooking. See, I couldn't answer the phone because I was having a shower. See? So two actions. The one that interrupts goes with past simple. Okay? If you have questions, let me know next class. Well, the formation of the grammatical structure, hope you remember. So if it's affirmative and if it's a regular verb, you just have to add ed, okay? But if it is irregular, you just have to memorize the verbs. Go, went, for example, come, came, well, most of the verbs that we have studied, okay? So we don't have to invent. Yes, we don't have to invent. Sometimes students don't know the past and they add the to all the verbs, see, so which is not good. And past continuous, what is the grammatical formation? We need verb to be, see, which is was or were, was for singular, were for plural, and the verb with ing. Okay, so the formula is complete. Verb to be and the verb with ing. Si nos olvidamos el ing, ya está mal. Entonces, I was work. Yo estaba a trabajar. ¿Sí? O si se olvidan el was, I working. Yo trabajando. See, so it's really important that you don't forget verb to be and the verb with ing. Okay, so that is past continuous. Past continuous. All right, you were working. I was working. Yes, verb to be and the verb with ing. The negative sentences, see, we need the auxiliary did in past simple. Okay, so I didn't work. Did for all the pronouns. See, so you use did for all the pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay? So if we have the auxiliary did, we need to use the verb in present. Okay? In present, not in past. In present because we have did and this did is in past. Okay? So in negative sentences, we must use the auxiliary, not in the affirmative sentences. Past continuous, you use the same structure, verb to be. See, so I wasn't, you weren't, and the verb with ing. Okay, with ing. For For questions, you also use the auxiliary, okay? You use did and the verb in present, past simple. In past continuous, you just have to change the order, verb to be. See, you change the order. So were you working yesterday? For example, was I working? See, so verb to be and the verb with ing. Okay, it's really easy actually. Well, we're going to read this. Okay, we're going to read about a power outage. See, outage is when you don't have electricity, when electricity goes off. Okay, when the electricity stops working, that is a power outage. Okay, so we're going to read this. I am going to read it very slowly so you can check the pronunciation, but then you will have your time to understand it. Okay, so remember, don't translate it, just read in English. Okay, well, Riverdale. Yesterday at 6:30 p.m., the city of Riverdale was in darkness. The lights went out. Computer screens went black. Trains came to a sudden stop. Traffic signals went out. It was a mess. It was a disorder. The CEO of Western Gas and Electric apologized, say sorry, to the people of Riverdale. He said, the power was out for an hour. We know it caused problems for a lot of people. We are doing our best to make sure it doesn't happen again. Okay? So, you have to understand what this is about. Okay? If you don't know any word, let's look at the dictionary. No Google Translator, at the dictionary. Okay? So, concentrated on what the story is about because you have some homework. Okay? Well, so let's read it. And now you are going to imagine that you were in Riverdale at 6:30 p.m. yesterday. That you were in that situation, in the situation that we have just read. Okay? So you are going to explain where were you and what you were doing. Okay? You are going to think about the details of what happened to you when the power went out. Okay? So try to use the past continuous and the past simple to tell your story. Okay? This is just an example. See, but you have to create, you have to imagine that you were in that scene, that you were in that situation. Okay? So this is an example. I was buying milk at the grocery store after work yesterday. When the lights went out, I was handing the cashier my money and see, and then you continue this. This is just an example. You don't have to take this part of the story. No, you have to create another one. Okay? And you have to give as much as details as you can. Okay? So, you are not going to give me, no es para entregarla, esa me la van a hacer para el día que yo ya estemos presencial, me van a presentar cada uno su historia, sin leer, no reading, okay? You're going to do it very natural, and you're going to tell me what happened, all right? That's the first part of your homework. The second part of your homework, guys, is that you are going to go to virtual Unisage, and you are going to have some exercises to practice past simple and past continuous, ¿ok? Tendrán el tiempo que dure la clase para resolverlo, ¿sí? Las 2 horas es para que vean esta grabación y para que puedan responder el formulario, ¿ok? Es para que practiquen past simple and continuous. La idea es de que lo trabajen solos, que se enfoquen, que tienen solamente un intento y, ay Dios, se acaba el tiempo. Y que traten de practicar esto, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know through your email. Thank you very much, and I'm really